Bolingo Paccy, I think, is a young artist. Originally came born from Western Province of Rwanda, 2001. My full names, my official names are Rukundo, Patient, and Bolingo is the translation of just my name, my first name, Rukundo. Bolingo is from Lingala, you know. Yeah, and I'm an artist. I focus on blending traditional music with modern music to create a sound that can give a good hope for future, you know, for future music. I also serve as a music producer, mentor of at Rwanda Buhanzi 2024-2025, a music category. I also serve as, of course, a live performer, guitarist, singer, a band leader, Moridi Band. I have a band called Moridi. I have a studio house. This place is called UB Records, my studio house. Yeah, and I think that's enough for me. I think music did choose me because from my younger age I was very interested into music, and luckily people had to say this young boy has got some talent. Even at very young age, like 5, 6, 7, like around 5 years old. So, and I can't remember the first day I played the piano, because it was the first instrument I played. The guitar maybe when I was 7 years old. I also served as a singer in church. Of course, many kids has to go to Sunday services, Sunday school, and I was a part of that. But still at young age, I became a choir leader, a leader in terms of singing and things. But I was very young, around 10 years old, where I was composing church songs and those kind of stuff. And my father also was a musician, a church musician. I did learn a lot from him. I got lucky to have that kind of background because I think I didn't struggle with searching for knowledge. It was always in my dreams. When I say my dreams, just you have to understand dreams, because whenever I was sleeping, when I was young, in my dreams I was like playing new chords, piano chords, guitar chords, and in the morning when I take my guitar and try to do what I have been dreaming. Yeah, that's how most of my music came. Yeah, and loving to figure out how music, notes, and everything works out together by challenging myself. Bringing my own formulas. If I have C major, for those who are watching me and are musicians, they know what I'm saying. If you know a C major on piano, you can try to impose and say, what if I start from F? What is the C major of F? And you just do your formula and be like, from C to E, we have 3 notes in between. From E to G, we have 2 notes in between. And from F, if I do 3 notes in between, I get A. From A, if I get 2 notes in between, I get C. And if you're a musician, you are feeling how at young age I was trying to figure out everything, and all of that came at young age, because when I was when I started secondary school in grade 1, I already wrote the first music book, and there was we used to have big books with 200 pages, and I wrote the whole book full of piano notes. So, and the teachers were like, this guy is not supposed to be here. That's where the thoughts of learning more about music and becoming a student at music school after my studies, local studies, normal studies. That's where the idea came from. So I can say that music came to me as a blessing, as a gift from young age. uh, I was try. Maybe it's because of background, in my opinion, because we used to have some traditional dancers in our family, and I have that kind of influence, traditional music and traditional based stuff, and combination with that kind of church influence. I think that's what made me write and sing like how I sing, because from the day one I sang, my style was always there. The only thing that changed is that people uh, realized that before me. I didn't even know that I was a singer. I was a writer. Just people told me that. When I went to the music school, I was not going to be an artist in my a singing artist. In my dreams, I was telling myself I'm going to learn how to play piano on the level where no one can imagine. So that was my goal when I went to music school. But I used to have my own songs, writing songs. For me, it came naturally. I used to write songs whenever I'm sad, whenever I get inspiration. I loved guitar because you could take it everywhere. But I didn't think myself as a guitarist who is going to be a professional guitarist and play. I was like, I'm a piano player. I'm going to learn how to play jazz, blues, and everything. So that is the idea I had when I went to music school. When I went to music school at Nyundo Music School, I wasn't counting myself into being like this kind of a star, an artist who is going to be a recording artist. No, I was there to. I was very curious about many things. I was very curious about music, about knowing many things about music. So, but one day, they used to have. I think I were coming acoustic night of music at Indo Music to welcome new talents, new students who came to music school. I remember it was 2018 when I went to music school. At the moment they went to Muhanga, it was our entry. When we went there, our senior, the guys who were senior, who were in the grade 5, well, Bill Uzmar, Airways, Kenny, all of those were like in the last grade of the music school. At that night, whenever they used to ask in the new students, whoever wants to sing or to perform, it's just welcoming night. So I was feeling down. Whenever I was feeling down, that's why I happened to remember my guitar. As I told you, I was counting myself as a keyboardist, a pianist. So, but my guitar was my friend, because whenever I was feeling down, whenever I was feeling unwell, whenever I was feeling an inspiration, my guitar was there. I can take my guitar and go in the jungle and go everywhere with my guitar. I don't need electricity to play, as you can. Guitar is acoustic. You can play it everywhere. So that's why I loved guitar. So I used to have many songs, but I was not doing that on purpose. I was just having inspiration and write. In that night, I was like, I'm feeling down. How about going in front of people and sing one song? And I asked, can I sing one song? They was like, this young guy. Okay, come, young guy, and sing. And I sang my song. Now the song, I released that song last year with Okama. It was featuring with Okama, because he's the first guy to back me up. Where at that time we were studying in the same class, and he used to come and put some background vocals when I was singing that song. It's called Wisha. We named it Wisha, but at that time it was called Nawakundotira, I think so. And I sang that song. It was my composition, and everyone was like, "Can you write that kind of song?" That's where I discovered that I am a writer, that I am a musician, and that impression of singing in front of musicians, artists, and they appreciate you. It was the best feeling in my life ever. That's when I loved being real, being who you are without changing yourself. Because I was being real, I was just singing from my heart what I was feeling, and people loved it. And I was like, do you know what? Let me keep being myself and become an artist and keep composing, express my stories and tell my stories through my music. Yeah, that's how it started. As a young artist who has been doing this professionally for like 4 years, because I released my first album in 2022 and I graduated from Rwanda Music School in 2021. You can see that I was very active. The first album was released 1 year right after the school, and the album was named Umuchantro. It was made of 10 songs. Muchantro simply means hustler, Sogokuru means grandfather. Those are the tracks of the song. Biranyura, it was a word to express how I felt when I was sitting in our village with a beautiful girl whom I loved when I was very, very young. I was like, biranyura kukubona biranyura mu gicucu cy'igiti cyo munsi iwacu nkunda kwicara kuko ukunda kuhanyura. It's kind of that kind of song, classics, folk songs. Sogokuru biranyura ibaze, it's a conventional song. Ibaze, I was telling the word how, imagine if the world has to end just because it wants, so it just wants to end as all. And but if you change and change me too, we can make this world a better place to live on. And also there was other songs. Uzagaruke, I was asking my father, who was not still there, can you please come back? That's the story of the song. Uzagaruke. So there were many songs. Umunu, I was telling a story how people should treat each other. Yeah, that was the entry 2022, and the reaction was good as the first album, the new artist who is coming in the scene. And at first, I sold the album. I was the first artist to release the first album and sell it for money in the first place, because I didn't upload it on YouTube, I didn't upload it on Spotify and everywhere. I just went to Zana Talent. Do you remember the application named Zana Talent? It was an app where you would go and create an account and set a price for your release, and so people can pay that, pay for your music and listen. I did that for my first album. My album I was charging 10,000 for the whole album. Yeah, I was like, this is the spirit. The artists should know should know their value and count their effort, each of their efforts in producing their music in terms of income. How do I get back this income? Yeah, that was the mindset. Till now, that is the mindset. That's why on this second album of mine, I did release the album. It's named Nyenyeri. It's made of 21 songs. I released the album on my own website named www.bolingopaccy.com, where you can go and sign up, buy the album. You can support me and buy the album for 50k Rwandan. That package is called Gold Package. Yeah. In that package, it's included with live performances of previous live performances, which are not anywhere online, and the songs also are not anywhere online right now, except from my website. And also you buy that album, you buy it for lifetime. You will listen to that on the website all times. Also, there is a silver package where you can support me with your 15K Rwandan. Yeah, and you can listen to the album for 3 months. It's a 3 month subscription. So I kept doing that because I know that I need a lot of effort to produce my music, to do what I do, and I have to keep. But I don't want to disappoint you guys who are watching me and tell you in future years to come that I no longer have the ability to produce because I didn't get money or anything from my previous releases, you know. And also other artists should learn from that. Yeah, because speaking from the truth, YouTube, Spotify, those platforms are not made for selling the music. Not specifically for selling the music. You should have your own way of selling your own music individual directly to your audience, either live, either doing a fundraising live of your album, either you do the same as what I'm doing by doing that on the website. By doing that on the website, then maybe put the album there online where everyone can see it and market yourself so people can know it, because the brand also is counted in terms of income, because you can get some endorsement contracts to marketize other companies, to do marketing for other marketing or publicities for other kind of stuffs, you know.
nakuze numva inkuru ko hari umugabo witiraga yasaga nk'umuntu mushya mu cyaro cy'iwacu yasaga nk'unaniwe.
I did the first pre-launch last year at French Institute, the second one also last year at L'Espace, and the third one this year in May at L'Espace. And I still have those recordings kept. And if you are curious about seeing how the pre-launches were, go on my website also. Yeah, buy your premium and watch the concert. The arts are not like other kind of occupations. We need to have a specific structure to make paybacks or to charge or to make income from the arts. That is what is lacking in our scene. I think the Rwandan Youth and Culture Ministry has been working on that. Also, our constitution has been working on IP laws, intellectual property laws, copyright laws, to protect that intellectual property, your work, your content, as an artist. We still lack institutions, government-based. Most of the institutions are named CMOs, PLOS, which helps artists to register themselves, to be known for what they do and to charge for what they do, and have standards of what they do. So if there's no structure and structure for production chain in the creative industry, there's no royalties or income to all of those who are working in the scene of creative industry. For example, there's no structure that connects Blues Melody, Element, and Gilles Hirwa. It's a guy who played the guitar in Cachet or Fou d'Etoile. There's no connection between them in terms of income. Why? The industry chain has to have structure. If you are an instrumentalist and you added instrument, your playing techniques in the song, you need to own a short percentage of the performance a master license and publishing royalties. That will help you to get income from what you do regularly for a long time. If you are a songwriter, you need to have income from your writing, from your work. And you don't need to be the one running behind the artists. Please pay me, or the institutions. You don't, even artists don't need to stress themselves trying to handle that kind of job. We need CMOs, those organizations where we register what you do. And they should know if this song has made $1 million and the songwriter owns 50%, this goes directly to his account. Easy. The performer, the one who sang, most of the people doesn't know that the person who is singing the song is not usually the one who owns the song. It's different. You can sing the song and be known for it, and you are not the owner. When I do a cover video and get a cover video and put it on YouTube, that cover they pay me $2,000. What is the writer getting? How much the writer is getting for his work? What if the song is being rearranged with many artists? There are songs that have like 20 versions. If as a songwriter you not get paid for your work, people are making a lot of cash, a ton of cash in your songs while you are just staying there because there's no structure. That's what we need. We need a structure that can make everyone do their job. And that will imitate people to do a lot of work just to make sure that they survive. For example, everyone is trying to become an artist who sings because they know sitting in the studio and become a good producer can't sustain your career for a long time. They're like, if they can sing, I can sing too. Why? Because in 20 years, how am I going to make money in music? Because producers are going to come every day, and now I'm trending. I'm a trending producer, but 5 years ago there was also a trending producer. How am I going to survive? But songs never dies. If Makanyaga Abdul is still performing, even though it's been 50 years, but his songs are being played everywhere. They should pay him for playing his songs. I always say that. Everyone who is playing his songs, they should pay him. But I don't blame those who are playing the songs, I blame the institutions. The institutions should put there a structure where when the contents, your songs are used or your works are used anywhere, you should get paid because that's your bread, that's your work, that's your achievement. The big property for an artist is his creation. My big property is my songs. While your big property may be an engineer, his big property is building houses and having many houses. For us artists, we compare those houses to our songs. Our songs are the houses. They need to have a price. We need to get something from this. Most of the performances to me has been very memorable. Like the first concert album launch I did in L'espace. It was a great memory because people looked like they were experiencing a new journey, a new era of art. And I was like, I can't believe people are enjoying me like this. So I love that journey, that concert. Also, my performance in Iwacu Muzika Festival, I was still young, but I did learn a lot. In 2019, I was still a student. Back in the days, also I performed on the big stage, my song, and I learned something. No one cares. Because no one was caring about my performance because Diamond was coming to sing that day, and I did learn that I need a lot of work to do because singing and praying is not just enough. That's what I did learn from that experience, and I loved it, by the way, because it opened my eyes. Because I used to think that being able to sing and perform and do everything is the key, but that experience taught me very well that I need to work on many things because I sang very well, I performed, good voice, good, nice praying, but people were, were there coming for, they came there for diamond platinums. I was the star of night. No matter what he did that night, people were like, oh my God, I saw diamond platinums. I was like, this is a lot of work to do. Another experience, it was Volcano Festival 2023. It was a good festival where I performed, and it was camping. We did camp for 3 days and having performances. It was very nice. Also, like in June this year, I went to Addis Ababa, UNECA headquarters. In the forum where I was invited as a speaker, a panelist, to talk about the creative industry and its development, its role in development of Africa. I was invited alongside Fence Finger, the former member of South Soul, and Christine Njoki from Kenya. Those two are from Kenya, and Christine Njoki is a good fashion designer, one of the popular fashion designers in Kenya. And I had an amazing experience because I performed our songs. When I say our songs, it's our cultural song. And the reaction on our songs, on our culture, made me think twice about what we have and we don't use it. Because whenever I sang Akabyino ka Nyogokuru, Mucancuro, those songs, people can't listen to Kinyarwanda who doesn't know our culture. We're like, oh my God, what is this sound? It's so sweet. It's vibey. What is that dance? So we really have a rich culture in terms of music, in terms of arts. Our culture is rich. The problem is that we don't exploit it enough to make sure that it's used, and we create from that and have a great content for today and for tomorrow. Yeah. So it gave me a big experience. Also, we did talk about the development of arts in Africa, and I found out that the issue we have in Rwanda of structure things in arts and those kind of controlling income in art scene, it's not just in Rwanda, it's the whole Africa. Most of the countries in Africa, we still have to work on that. Where I was talking about how about creating our own Spotify, our own platform to sell our music. Because Spotify was made for Westerns. The Westerns created their own way of listening to music based on their society. And we just came and jumped to their system. We did jump into their system. YouTube, we went to that on YouTube. We went on YouTube, and we did jump there. We don't know how everything works, and we're like, let's jump there and sell. No, you are not supposed to sell on YouTube. It was not made for you. As African countries, we need to create our own platforms to sell our music, because they are celebrating our music worldwide. So we need to create our own platforms, and those people who will create our platforms will be also African, who will be making a ton of cash from those platforms. And those who will be paying, they will be paying Africa. Those from other continents, they'll be paying Africa. They will be paying African artists in our own model. We did choose. So that's what I did learn from there, and I'm working on that by creating this Inganzo experience and make sure we create a platform where young artists and creative artists can show their talents and record that and try to sell them in their own way. Because I'm trying to create a website, an application where people can enjoy music, enjoy art, but also support the creatives. Yeah.